Right, I wanted to start this video in more of a candid way of how I go about setting up the room for recording, turn the light on, laptop goes on charge, because I've got all my notes here on the screen and these lights for the ambiance. Also, it is very cold, so I need to put this bad boy on. And then, let's get down to business. Okay, so I want to start off this video. I have no idea the title of the video just yet. Normally I have the title and thumbnail already thought out in aim to have a more consistent flow of video, but right now this video is more of an update, more of a dump. Got this exciting parcel. I'm sure you'll hear about this very soon. I'm gonna put that there just so you can think, what could that be? So yes, let's start off this video with thoughts, reflections. I'm not bringing any kind of business idea value right now. These thoughts and reflections can apply to you no matter your situation, what you're in, whether you have a business, whether you're not, whether you've got a long-term dream, you've started it, whether you've not. I'm also gonna get this blanket because normally I would have that on because I thought summer was coming around in the UK and it's freezing cold, it's raining. And normally when it's, obviously you've got some cloud, you've got some protection keeping the heat in, but it's still cold, the wind is cold. These men are saying we're gonna have snow in some parts of England. Like what? We are the end of March, what's going on? Anyway, we are nearly 2 minutes in and we've got a whole load of content to cover. I'm very excited for this morning. Normally when I'm thinking about the video ahead, I will have notes compiling throughout the week of what I want to talk about. And then gradually that excitement grows and grows and grows. And then we get to Monday morning and I'm like, come on, let's go. So here we are. I'm very excited to talk about what I've got to say. And the first thing in terms of thoughts and reflections is the saying that overnight successes happen in 10 years. Just have a little think to yourself about that statement. Overnight successes happen in 10 years. Overnight successes, is that a real term? It's very, very rare that you just see someone, the first thing they do, or they've not done any work on themselves, or they've not had anything that's failed, and they've just, boom, hit the jackpot, succeeded. And yes, that does happen. And on social media, it apparently happens all the time. Let's get rich in 30 days. Let's build generational wealth from selling this one product. Let's sell this course. Let's post these affiliate links and you can replace your part-time job with working 5 hours a week. That's a frustrating thing about humans is we know what sells. And the people selling these courses and these get-rich-quick schemes, they know other people will want to get rich quick, and in turn, they will then get rich quick. So often in times of people selling things that almost seem too good to be true, there's that saying, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. It probably is too good to be true. Anyway, overnight successes happen in 10 years. And I think to myself, I started, that's my Nottingham accent coming out. Started my, I guess, side hustle, internet business ideas, dreams in and around 10 years ago. It wasn't full time, but I was exploring the world of live streaming. If you tune into a few of my older videos, if you scroll back to one of the earliest videos on my channel, you'll see me live streaming as a 15, 16-year-old kid, packing third in form, 96 rated Ronaldo, and going absolutely crazy. And I knew years and years and years ago, whenever I think about switching businesses or changing ideas, one thing that I've always been passionate about since I knew it was a thing was YouTube and connecting to a community and reaching a global audience. And even if I never blow up or go big, just to know that I'm like sharing my voice to the world, I feel like I'm fulfilling some of my God-given purpose. So that's a side note, but just know when overnight success will appear to happen and that breakthrough will come for me, just know it's been years and tens of different businesses and a lot of pushing through. But I know that breakthrough will come when I myself have got to that point that I can facilitate that I have the skills, that I found that niche, and I have that discipline to just keep going on that business idea. I was recently watching, first thing this morning, as soon as it came out, George Heaton, who is the CEO of Represent, I guess a premium luxury clothing brand, massive in the UK, steadily growing worldwide. And did I say massively in the UK or did I say massively popular? I meant to say massively popular. And I'd planned to speak on this anyway, it was one of my points, but he said it directly when Stephen asked him about discipline, because he kept talking about discipline, had to grow my discipline. There was a time in 2020 where he just wasn't happy, or I think it was 2018 to 2020, like he had a big movement of, I'm going to start exercising, working on myself from a point of discipline. And Stephen asked the question, I can't remember it word for word, but George's response was, F motivation. It's not real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I cannot simply rely on motivation. And I've spoken about this before on the channel, but if you've not seen the video, or if you need a reminder of this, motivation is solely an emotional feeling. You know, when you're excited to do something, that is motivation. That is the energy of the emotion. You're happy, you may be anxious, excited, like the adrenaline. That is a short-term feeling that can come and go as situations change, as the amount of sleep you have dictates how your body responds to situations and how your feelings respond to situations. Your feelings are so polar, as in they can go up and down based on so many different factors. You can't control that, and therefore you cannot rely on your feelings to get you, and therefore motivation to get you where you want. So George Heaton, when asked about this, he was like, F motivation. If I relied on motivation, I would not be anywhere. I have to stay disciplined. I have to be locked in, proving to myself time and time again that I can do it. I can do what I've set out to do, and I can grow into the person that I want to be. And he described it, which resonated with me as well, as picturing a version of himself that he wanted to become and gradually getting there. And that's how I feel like I've been growing throughout this year and even the past 16 months, but in particular this year. The gap between who I want to become and my ideal self, obviously my ideal self can always change. So right now, the picture of my ideal self, I'm getting closer and closer. I'm closing that gap through the disciplined choices that I'm taking. As I've mentioned several times on this channel, on Instagram, a lot of that has revolved around routine and creating a routine that enables me to attack the day, enables me to do hard things first, but then making those hard things as easy as possible to do. So just bear those thoughts in mind when you're going about your day to day, when you might have a job that you hate and you're thinking, I've got this dream, or you're trying this dream and it's not working. Don't rely on your feelings right now. I know it's really difficult. Feelings are important, and I'm not saying disregard them, because they can indicate to you like when to slow down a bit, or when you need to be taking better care of yourself in one area, or where you need to be prioritizing different things. They can be indicators, and there's a reason why we have feelings, and there's a reason why humans are the apex predators of the world, because we feel in ways, or many believe, it's up to debate sometimes, that we feel at a depth of level that animals and other species cannot. So there's obviously an advantage to that. But in terms of being comfortable, if you relied on your feelings, you're never gonna grow and you're never gonna build anything, which the whole point of building is you're stretching, you're growing, you're reaching another level. To reach another level, to grow, that takes exertion, exercise, and energy, which motivation you might not have the motivation in that moment to pull out of the bag or to bring to the floor or the table. Leave on the floor, bring to the table. And for me, I guess another thought and reflection in relation to all of this is no matter how I'm feeling, I consistently remind myself, and I was doing this at the weekend, to show up and to be consistent. I played football on Saturday and I was tired Sunday morning. I know a lot of people sleep in. There's a reason why the attendance at my gym is less than 50% of what it is any other day on a Sunday morning. But I said to myself, Jordan, you need to show up for yourself. That's just one example. But I keep reminding myself in times that the old version of me would have given up, would have said, bun this, I'm gonna do something else. When we say bun this, it's UK slang for like, forget this, I can't be bothered for that. In times when I'm feeling rubbish, there's like a voice inside of me that I almost listen to that says, just show up for yourself. Come on, you can do it. It's in times like this, when you show up for yourself, that you get ahead of the competition, that give in to those emotions, give in to those feelings of just, this is how I'm feeling. I feel like bad, so I'm going to nurture that short-term feeling rather than nurture that long-term goal and desire. Amazing. So we are 11 minutes into this video. I hope as a viewer, it doesn't feel like 11 minutes and it feels more like a conversation. I hope you're not looking at the view time and thinking, oh my gosh, like the video's halfway through or we're coming to an end, because well and truly, I'm trying to talk about things that I have to remind myself and that are inspiring myself. And I hope that it gives, whilst I'm speaking, you're thinking about your own life, different situations that you could be applying these concepts for yourself, or ways you agree or disagree, and just sort of your thoughts and feelings. You're not just passively watching this whilst having a cup of tea or whilst making your dinner or ironing your clothes, whatever it is. The real power from hearing like thoughts and reflections is, okay, how can I apply this to myself? What ways could I kind of improve, or what ways could I like suggest to Jay? Like something that I find helpful is this, like I'm trying to build a community of like-minded individuals that are going through this kind of journey, having these feelings, and ultimately we want to win together. We want to hit those goals together. We want to live a fulfilled life. Moving on to that was a nice segue, because the last point in my thoughts and reflections, I've got my laptop here as always, just to give me a little prompt, really try and keep these videos candid and genuine, is my constant reminder, which isn't always super helpful, but I have to tell myself, it's not about the money. When I hit a certain revenue target, that goal will increase, that goal will grow. It's rather the journey I'm on and the journey of me become a better version of myself. It's really difficult to say, and I feel hypocritical to say it's not about the money, because right now I'm striving to get money. I know that money will increase the opportunities I have available. I know that when you hit a certain level of money, I don't care about reputation, but in terms of growing an audience and being able to coach and help other people to make money and invest wisely and mentor them, I've got to reach a certain level myself. So I say it's not all about money, but I know when that money does come for me and when that breakthrough does come, it will be as a result of gaining money. It won't be as a result of how personally developed I am, because at the end of the day, I'm doing all of this hard work, I'm doing these business ideas for money, for the lifestyle that money will afford, that I know I won't be able to get beforehand, but knowing that money won't make me happy, but it will take that base level line of financial stress or burden away from me, and know that I can allocate my time, which is the most precious resource, into things that I know will fulfill me and will ultimately be able to help other people, because that's what I believe kind of my purpose is, to help other people grow and develop, to learn, to inspire them, give them confidence. And I know I need to go on that journey, and I'm on this journey myself, and that's why I'm documenting every single week. The egotistic side of me hates making these videos, because I'm showing up week and week again saying, guys, I'm not there yet. I'm not at 10k a month yet. I've not made my first million yet. I've changed business again. Do you know what I mean? it's hard to say these things, but it is totally necessary. And I believe it really breaks the barrier between the traditional influencer that you'll see that's already got it, already done, is showing you how to do it, but you can't really relate to them. And then it's me. And how do I say it in the most non-weird way, because some people can sound weird saying this type of thing. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I do have a faith. So my prayer for myself is that as I grow, I'll still be able to relate to other people, and that I would take so much from this season that the foundation that I'm building would be so much stronger than if I just made it like that, that I'm building for longevity now. That's my prayer. Cool. Moving on from thoughts and reflections to updates. This is the side of the video, the element where I basically say, guys, this is what I'm working on. This is how things are going. These are next steps. I think the way I could improve this section is really say to you guys, I hate using the word guys as well, because it feels like I'm not talking to you yourself that's listening to this video, the individual. So when I say guys, it's just out of bad habit, and I don't like saying it, so I apologize. But I think a way I can improve this section is by actually stating to you, these are my goals for this week, and then I can reflect back on them the following week, keeping that accountability and also keeping my workload more structured. I think that would be beneficial. So I've not worked out exactly what my goals are for this week, and that's probably a weakness of the way that I work, and that's something I need to improve on. But anyway, updates. I feel like I'm in a in-between life stage at the moment. I've reflected on that when I get to this stage, or have gotten to this stage with several businesses that I've tried throughout the past 16 months, I've pivoted. Not always a bad thing, but I know there's sometimes that if I just stuck at this one business, then success would have come a lot sooner. However, I've hopped from one to another to another. And I'm not saying hopping is a bad thing at all, because ultimately you've got to be able to commit to the things that you're passionate about. And I wasn't really sure what I was passionate about, and I'm working that out more and more and more as the days go by. So I feel like I'm at an in-between stage, and right now I'm plucking up the energy to keep on going with the things that I'm working on, and that is the TikTok shop I'm working through. I've been doing that for about 53 days. TikTok affiliates, that has slowed down a bit. I tried one tactic with affiliates, it didn't work at all, and I thought, okay, I've spent a load of money on products here, it's not worked. We need to switch up a bit, but I've not executed on the switch up in the way that I would have wanted to do. I'm still collaborating with the property investors. That's a long-term partnership. I'm excited to see where that goes, but I'm almost every day like I'm trying to act, and I can feel impatient when the results or the outcomes I'm looking for don't come in the way that I want to. And it's also working with two other people. I'm not the face of the brand, I'm at the back end, but I also know that the output of their work affects how much success I get to, because we're in a partnership. So it's trying to balance working with other people. How much time do I invest into this versus invest into other things? Also, I was unwell last week, so you're probably hearing the tail end of that right now. I sound a little bit off. My wife mentioned it this morning on the way to, I was taking her to work, and she just said, Jay, you sound a bit nasally. Have you got a cold? I was like, no. I genuinely think it's just the back end of what I had last week. So with all that in mind, in terms of updates, I didn't want to mention this at the beginning of the video, but if you've kind of switched off the past few minutes, switch back on. If you've been watching these videos for a while, and if you're watching this video now, I just want to say, and I've written this down, and that's why I keep looking down, because I want to say this word for word. If I am not aware that you watch my videos and that you've been tuning in consistently, because I see we get maybe a consistent like 20 to 50, 60 people, please reach out to me. Please DM me, because you genuinely have kept me going this long. And I know, and I'm committing to, when I build an online community, when I get to that next level, I know I'm indebted to you for your support right now. Even if you don't comment, even if you just like, or even if you don't like and just watch the video, please reach out, because I want to give back to you when I get to the level that I know I can get to. When I start that coaching and mentoring business, when I launch the online community, I want to give you free access for life, among many other benefits, to help you reach your goals, because I know that I'm indebted to you giving me your time right now just in watching the video. So yeah, that is what I wanted to say, and that's why I left it to the end of the video, because if I said it to the start, there'll be people that have just found my channel and haven't been tuning in all the way and are not invested in my journey. But I know if you are listening to this right now, I want to give back to you, and that is a promise I'm making to you right now. This video will be online forever. It won't be taken down. And this is me saying that I value you, your time. Time is precious, as I've said. It's invaluable. I hope that you've been getting some key takeaways from these videos and from these series. And I just really want to be able to connect to you personally. As you know, I'm not bothered about the numbers. If I was, I wouldn't make these videos every single week. I just wouldn't. I know they won't drive the views that lots of other people would need in order to continue creating every Monday 4 p.m. So what is really valuable to me is the individual connections. So please, please, please reach out, even if it's something you're uncomfortable with. If that's a step for growth you can take today, is reaching out to me to let me know you've been tuning in, or let me know what you've enjoyed. Please let me know what you've improved. I want to hear feedback from those of you that are kind of committed on the journey. Anyway, that is us. We've finished the update, Monday 4 p.m. for today. Every video is slightly different, but it always has kind of reflections, updates, something to make you think a bit, hopefully kickstart your week. I'd love to get to the point where you're thinking, oh, Monday evening, I watched Jay's video, I get this takeaway from it, and I can implement it in the rest of my working week. That would be amazing if that's something you guys did, because I know there's some YouTubers I used to watch. I can't think of any at the moment, but I know their upload schedule, so I knew when that video would come out. Like Sideman, 6 p.m. Sunday. I know, cool, I've got an entertaining video, potentially if I like the sound of it at the beginning of the week. Or Mark McCann's a car YouTuber. He used to upload, I think 6 or 7 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I knew, cool, Wednesday morning or Tuesday night, if I've got a bit of downtime and I want to just kick back and enjoy myself, Mark McCann's video's out. So that would be really cool if I was that to someone else. But I don't care about it from the egotistic, prideful point of view. But it would just be cool to hear that I'm having that impact in your life. Amazing. That is it. Let's do the set down on the video live on camera, just like we did the setup. But I'm going to keep this jacket on because it is cold. Turn this light off. Bring this bag. The mystery bag. I wonder if you know what it is yet. To the doorway, because we're going to leave this room now because it's a bit too cold to work in. Turn this light off and see you next Monday 4 p.m. But tune in on our Instagram, our socials for some updates. Take care.